Hey folks, welcome to IGA Tech Dive. I'm Jim Montgomery, the governance practice lead with TriVir, an OpenText partner specializing in advisory and implementation services in the identity and access management realm. Today, in the world of identity governance and administration, we will talk about identity governance fulfillment. This is how IG makes changes in your organization's systems in response to access reviews, access requests, and other streamlined features. Let's get started and take a look at the business goal. As a governance service provider in your organization implementing IG, you configure fulfillment so that changes to your systems have a way back out of IG. That is to say, as a result of a review, you might have several permissions that you need to remove access to or revoke. The fulfillment system handles those. Or you might have users requesting new access. Once approved through the workflow, it goes to fulfillment. Or maybe you have some automated business roles and they detect your user has been moved into a new department with a new title and their old access should be removed and the new access granted. Fulfillment handles this. All outgoing changes are handled by fulfillment. Let's look at how you would implement this. When you're onboarding a new application into IG, you will make a choice about how fulfillment is handled. You can choose to use the IG built-in ticketing system. You can integrate with your existing ticketing system like Remedy or ServiceNow. You can use an out-of-box direct fulfiller and talk right to the applications for changes. Or you can integrate with your IDM platform through user app roles and resources or with entitlements. If you have an existing set of drivers that manage entitlements, you can leverage those. Lastly, the fulfiller system is extendable and you can program new fulfillers to talk specific protocols where needed. Fulfillments are broken down into about a dozen types of changes. I think the four that are the most interesting are to add and remove an account from a system and to add or remove a permission from an account on a system. However, for each application onboarding in IG, you must specify how all fulfillment change types are handled. This means you could choose multiple methods for an application depending on the change type. For instance, maybe you decide new accounts go through a ticket system, but removals are instant and go through a direct fulfiller. When fulfillment items are created, they're all tracked, and when a fulfillment leaves IG, if an error occurs, you can retry the fulfillment action. Otherwise, the change will be evaluated on every collection until that data has been verified. This is to ensure changes actually happen in the system. Let's look at an example of how you might use this. Here is my fulfillment configuration. We are looking at fulfillment targets. These targets are generic templates that I have configured in my environment here, but they're not tied to any system just yet with this configuration. Here on the application setup page, we see all of our configured applications. Let's look at AD fulfillment. You'll see the change types that will use the LDAP fulfillment go directly to AD. That's these. If I scroll, you'll see the other remaining fulfillments are handled through the manual ticketing system. If I look at the requests tab, I can see all those manual tickets in the system right here. Or if I look at the fulfillment page for status, I can see all the existing tickets that have been handled directly with my AD fulfiller. The system is going to track all of these to completion. They'll be listed here until they're verified after another collection. Most of the fulfillers work out of the box with very little configuration. There's some attributes you must collect in order for fulfillment to work. We'll talk about that another time. So let's summarize. We looked at fulfillment in IG. First, after setting up a fulfillment target, you configure specifics for an application, and then you can monitor all the changes from reviews, from requests, even from automated updates with the tool. This fulfillment system makes IG extremely powerful. This helps pass audits and get changes back in place to make your organization more secure. That's all for now. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, you can post them in the OpenText community forum or reach out to me at jmontgomery@trivir.com. Thanks.